graphic design.
What is up, guys? My name is Ruben from Tech Bureau GFX, and I'm here today with my third and last tutorial of the basics of Photoshop. So start shouting, start yelling, because the bore has been gone. I had to do this basic tutorial just to get everyone on the same level, and even if it's just one guy that doesn't understand it, I'm happy, because I make this to learn people new stuff that they don't know. So let's get started. This tutorial will be about effects, and when I'm talking about effects, I'm going to show that with a text. So let's go ahead and make our new document. I'm going to go to File, press New, Ctrl N or Command N on the Mac. 1280, 720. Sorry for that. 72 resolution, color mode RGB, background content white, and we're going to call it effects. Click OK, and there's our new document. The lock again here, which I teach you the lesson before, so let's go ahead and double click it, make it a name. We're gonna call it background, the original again. Alright then, so let's create a new layer for our text. Go to our text tool, which is located right next to the pen tool, and there we go, waiting for the text to appear and ready to roll. So we're gonna pick Cyrod as letter type, and there we go. So let's start this by adding Tech Bureau as text, and let's start with a color. Basically, if you select this, so you hold and drag this to the other side, right on top of here you see a color. So if you're going to select that, we can pick a color. So let's choose dark gray. For example, if you're right here and you go outside of this box, you get your little color picker right here, and that can choose the color of your text from another factor of your project. So if we want, say, make it white, just gonna click this part of the background and make it white. So to illustrate how this works, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go to our brush tool, and it's really to make a quick example of what I mean. So let's create a new layer for these brushes. I'm gonna make one green. The opacity is down. Oh my. There we go. There we go. And make it a red or pink, whatever. Alright, so here we got our colors. If we go to our text again, go to text tool, click one time in the text to select it in the text mode. Gonna drag it down to the other side like this. Gonna go to our color picker, and we go outside the screen right here, and if we pick purple, it becomes purple. If we click this green one, it becomes green. Click this green one, it becomes that green. So that's basically how it works with the color picking mode. So let's get out of here, because we're not gonna need that. Delete this layer. Just select it and press delete to delete it. And let's go to the effects panel. What we're going to do then, we're going to go to our Tech Bureau text. We're going to double click it to open up the layer style menu. And here we go. And this gives you a load of options. And at first this is really confusing, but it isn't that hard to understand. So let's go ahead and start with our drop shadow. The drop shadow creates a shadow behind the text to make it give more dimension to it and gives it more realistic look. So as you can see, we can screw around with the opacity right here, with the angle of it, distance to make it go farther away or closer by, the spread to make it thicker, and the size to make it kind of smudgy and just create a larger shadow but smudgier. So that's for the drop shadow. Let's go ahead and go to the inner shadow right here. The inner shadow will make a shadow inside your text, and this can be used for various things. You can make 3D effects with it, all kinds of good stuff. Again, the opacity screw around with the distance, the choke, and the choke will just make it bigger, like the spread effect which you have in drop shadow, and size again to make the size bigger, obviously. So let's click that off by just ticking this box. Let's go to outer glow, and for outer glow we're gonna make our background black. So let's go ahead and close this layer style menu, go to the background, click it, and double click it to open up the layer style menu. And here we go to color overlay. and we're going to make it black. Just choose this color, black. There we go. Go back to your Tech Bureau text file and double click it. Let's go to outer glow right now, and as you can see, this creates a glow outside of your text. So let's go ahead and make that blue for now. Give it a light blue color. Again, the opacity screw around with. Here see a new option called noise. This will create a distortion effect in your outer glow. As you can see, it fits in some projects, but most of them needs a clean look, so they don't use it. So the opacity here, spread here to make it thicker, and the size here to just bump up the size of the outer glow. But if you want to create a real cool effect, just get the spread down, get the size to about here. As you can see, it creates a really nice clean effect around the sides of this Tech Bureau text. So let's go ahead and take that off, and next is the inner glow. Just create a glow inside of your text, and the same principles as the outer glow. So just screw around with it, get something that you like, and click OK right here if you got what you like. So let's go ahead and take this off and go to bevel and emboss. This is for a 3D part. You can make really cool 3D text with this, and you can you can make 3D without using any kind of 3D software like Autodesk 3ds Max or Cinema 4D, anything like that. You can just do it right here in Photoshop to create a cool effect that you want. Let's create the depth, which is the depth of your text. So if you create it all the way up, you can see it creates a little 3D effect to the middle of your letters. And if we're going to put the size up, you can see it just goes all the way around. But you want to go for something like this to make it look real clean. But if you want really 3D, put the size up to about 8. And there we go. So let's put the size up to 5. If we go down right here, you can choose the angle of the shading and the gloss color. And at the gloss color, you can choose multiple things. So let's click that. And you got your bunch of presets right here. So let's go ahead and click some to see what it does. This one right here makes it really bright. This one creates a real shiny effect around it. This one, as you can see, creates a little stroke kind of sort effect. And this just gives all kinds of effects that you want to go check out and see what fits your project. So this is all for later use, so we're not going to use that for now. Let's go ahead and tick off bevel and emboss, and let's go to setting. And setting will just create dark parts on your text, but if you're going to put the distance down, you can use it basically for creating a darker text. So if we're going to put the opacity up, put the size up, you can see we get a little setting right here. We can change the color by clicking this one, and by going red, we can make it red and any kind of stuff. Same way as overlay, but it should pick red, and we're going to put distance up, put the size down. You can see it creates a really cool kind of gradient line effect. I don't know, something like that. You can do anything with it that you like. But now we'll go to the color overlay, which picks for itself. You can change the color of it to any sort you want: blue, red, green, yellow, green, orange, I don't know, any color that you want. So let's go click that way, tick that off, go to gradient overlay. And this is pretty interesting because now we have a black background, and you can see we have black as our gradient right here in the bottom, and that will create a nice fade in effect. But we want to change the white, so let's go ahead and click this right here. This will open up our gradient editor, and right here we're going to change the white. So double click on the white, and we're going to go for a lightish blue. Blue as that, there we go. To create a new one, we're going to go drag this out. I said drag this out. Drag this out. There we go. Hold Alt with it. Sorry for that. Was a bit confused there. But if you hold Alt and drag it out, you can create a new color stop. And a color stop is basically a frame that you click and can edit the color of it in the middle. So let's go ahead and pick a darkish blue to create that fade in effect, as you can see. And let's go ahead and click OK to confirm it all and apply it to the text. Here you can screw in with the opacity again. The size, you can make it really outstanding like this, but then lose all of the bottom you can see. But when you choose another color, say right this is the black part right here, so you can see that by the bottom is black, so this black you have to make the bottom and other sides. So let's go ahead and make that a really lightish blue. That creates some gloss, but we're going to use gloss in another tutorial. I'm going to explain to you exactly how I'm doing it. So let's go ahead and click OK for now. As you can see, if you change the size right now, you can go from really detailed to really smudgy and kind of fading out. So that's for the gradient. Let's go ahead and tick that off again. For the pattern, you can use all kind of patterns on your text. So if you click this arrow right here, and we see here got some carbon patterns that you can download from definiteart.com. I'll link it to you in the description, this website. You can just tick in patterns Photoshop and you'll find all sorts of patterns for Photoshop. It's really a nice website for graphic designers, so go and check that out. So let's go and change the scale of it. You can do that by going to scale right here, of course, and just size it up or size it down, whatever you want. I'm going for something in the middle to create our nice effect. As you can see, it creates a carbon effect on the text. Looks really nice, looks really clean. So let's go ahead and tick that off. That was it for the pattern overlay. As the last effect, we have the stroke, and with a stroke create a line around your text. You can make it bigger and make it smaller or anything. So let's go ahead and change the color to white. As you can see, it create a white line around our text. And we can edit it by going to the size, make it bigger, make it really outstanding like this, or make it really small by going to 2 or maybe 3. But it's all your preferences. You can change the color right here, so let's go ahead and click color and make it red, make it blue, anything that you want. Ooh, that's kind of nice effect. I'm gonna keep that on one in mind. Anyway, let's tick off stroke. And that was it for the effects for today. I hope you'll learn something from me today. And I'll speak it tomorrow in my next tutorial, which will be covering pen tool and making all kinds of cool stuff with a pen tool. So I'll speak it tomorrow, and I'm out for today, guys. See ya. Go ahead and visit our website, www.techbarrow.com. Here you find all the latest tech news and all the cool stuff you want to see.